Good morning and welcome to the My Tarot morning reflection, where we sit back and at least take a moment to take a breath, listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean and all that wonderful stuff. So, this morning, you know how sometimes when you're sleeping, I guess you work on things, your brain's processing things. Well, this morning I woke up and I've had it in my head about how we have so much noise going on. The last thing I do when I go to bed at night is I look at videos or read Facebook or read the news. And the first thing I do in the morning when I get up is I'll put on a podcast or some kind of noise. Hello, Maureen. I was thinking about this because, I love teaching classes. How to teach tarot. Love that. Without, how to read tarot without books. And this morning I was just thinking about how with all the noise, I think I brought it up yesterday too, but how with all the noise we don't have inner conversations anymore because there's so much noise. Driving down the road and not turning on the radio, it's like I have inner conversations, and I noticed that last night. And this morning I was thinking, if I was to put a class together about inner conversations, what would it be like? And I started going through some of the cards in my head, just saying, what is it? What is the card? And then what is the card saying? And I was going through the cards, and things were popping up that I hadn't thought of before. The strength popped up with the girl and the lion, and it popped up, and I was thinking, it's like, normally I talk about our inner strength and things like that, but using an inner voice, it started talking about how she tames how we tame our wild instincts, how we tame that inner beast. That's what strength is taming those wild instincts, putting those taming those instincts to be, positive, and the strength that we have to be able to overcome things. But the ability to tame those wild instincts, it's like, I really like that. I'm looking forward to devising a way to teach. And it might seem weird, but I'm going to tell people, here's the card, have a dialogue. And then have people write down 2 sentences, and it's like, what was your inner dialogue? Because a lot of things about intuition, a lot of things about tarot, a lot of things about life, we'll have an inner dialogue, but we can't express it because we have that built-in filter that says, what if somebody laughs, or what if I'm wrong? But an internal dialogue, there is no filter. That's reading tarot, is not having that filter. So Maureen's saying, I learned by doing the Fool's Journey and did precisely what you describe, have conversation with the cards. Yeah, I've read about doing that before, and I guess I kind of do that. And but that inner voice, I think that I've just stopped kind of listening to it. So I'm kind of excited of coming up with a new way to teach, or a new topic to present the cards. So, as we sit here, a reminder about keeping feet flat on the floor and a butt comfortable in a seat. Shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed, and taking a breath and shifting gears. And listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. And now I feel that shift of gears. So what does the inner voice have for us today? I will ask my inner guides to be unfiltered and just say what I see. So let's see what we have. So I have our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. Each one's a different thought or conversation. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one conversation, this a different path, and this a different one. So today, it's Friday. So for a lot of us, it's going to be tomorrow's a day off. I'm going to pick the center stack so we can just see what's right at the heart and what we're going to be carrying with us this week. And this weekend, I'll be doing readings in Richmond at the River City Witch Market. River City Witches. So, I'm excited for that. So I'm going to do our 3-in-1. And I'll flip each card over like it's the pages of a book. So we've had a lot of swords this weekend, or this week. So, 10 of Swords. Again, I always say, just imagine trying to carry that many swords. How much steel that is. How much weight that is. You know, we're carrying, that's 50 pounds of steel. And if you shuffle wrong, you're going to cut yourself. And what if swords are our anxieties? What if swords are our thoughts? So now we're shuffling along with all that weight and just waiting to get cut. So it's just one of those things where we all have something that's weighing on us. And that's what this card's about. But being a 10 of Swords, 10 is the last in the numerology. 1 through 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0. So this is also a chance where we can finally move past some of these anxieties based on what the next cards are. But these are just day-to-day things. We all have it. I have to pick up my car today, and I have to clean out my daughter's room that we're using for storage, but she's coming home from college. And I have to get ready for this event. And I have another job where this right now, see all the stress? It's just day-to-day things. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. The question is, what do we want to do with it? And it's my favorite card. So the 4 of Swords has always been special for me. 4s are about stability. So you have 4 legs on a table, 4 legs on a chair. That's where the stability comes from. And when you have 4 swords, that's that chance to take a break, to meditate, to organize those thoughts, to balance those thoughts, to stabilize those thoughts. So this is that reminder that says, again, we always acknowledge our anxieties because they're there, whether we acknowledge them or not. But am I going to remember to do the morning meditation? And am I going to remember to accept the 10 of Swords? And what that means today for me. Some days it's more, some days it's left. And by accepting it, am I willing to give myself a break? So the next card is the 2 of Swords. So remember how I talk about the 10 of Swords being part of a cycle? And by not running away, not hiding from our inner voices, because our inner voices are telling us about the stress. We need to be our own therapist. We need to sit there and say, I hear you. I acknowledge what you're saying. 2 of Swords. 2s are about choices. So as we go through this cycle, it's about laying out our choices, giving ourselves a moment with the 4 of Swords, and then maybe seeing what the choices are, what we can do once we've acknowledged the 10 of Swords. So the advice card today is Temperance Reversed. So interesting, because with the Marseille Tarot, I do not read reversals, but if something comes up reversed, then I pay attention to what it is. And we have the Temperance card. And what is Temperance? She has these cups here. So in the Middle Ages, they would take their wine and they would temper it with water. They would balance it out so that you don't have too much, too little. If you think about it, it's like the water is generally contaminated if you live at the bottom of the hill and the water flows down. So they would take their water, and they didn't know why, but by adding wine to it, which is alcohol, I guess instinctually they just learned over time that it's safer. So they're tempering, they're finding a balance. And once we find a balance, and once we acknowledge, again, the struggle, because I didn't even notice that my 4 here is upside down. I had grabbed the cards upside down. So we accept the cards for as they are, as they're gifted to us. We accept the cards for as they are. And with the 4 of Swords upside down, that is all that cacophony. That is that struggle to slow down and then slow down our inner voices. And this is telling us we need to find that balance. Or as Maureen says, slow and steady wins the race. But this is about finding that balance then, acknowledging the anxieties. I know for me, when I talk about finding balances, what do I do when I get anxious? Sometimes I like to spend money, retail recovery. Sometimes I get angry. Sometimes, I can cause an argument without meaning to, or I can react. I'm out of balance. Again, once we acknowledge the 10 of Swords, we can find that balance. So today it's about finding the balance so that we can remedy the 4 of Swords being reversed. So we can make a choice clearly. So, finding the balance so that we can make our choices clearly. Finding a balance so we can make our choices clearly. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. And I will be here again on Monday. I'm looking forward to, I really enjoy these, so thanks everybody. Take care. Acknowledge any anxieties and just try and find a balance so that we're not just reacting. Thanks again, and I'll see you on Monday.